please. I'm gonna get closer because this is important information.
Tell me what you see in me.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time seeing my face, hey, my name is Kafli, and in today's video we're going to be talking all about how to start and grow your YouTube channel in 2023. The year is 2023, but it's never too late to start your channel. I've been through it and I've experienced my fair share of things here on YouTube and have been able to thrive in order to get to a point where I am able to grow my channel now. I feel like I've mastered YouTube. These tips and tricks that I have to offer are going to be super helpful for anybody that is desiring to grow their YouTube channel. They say that YouTube is saturated, but I completely disagree. There is room for everybody here. There is a space for everybody to come up on here and express themselves as they please. I'm going to preface this by saying that YouTube is a lot of hard work. Anything that is worth having always costs something, sometimes more than you're willing to give. And while YouTube has been extremely good to me, it cost me a lot of time, money, patience, and tears. Yes, tears. However, once I got the hang of everything, it became extremely beneficial to me once I understood what it was that YouTube was expecting from me as a creator on their platform. And so fast forward 1 year and 9 months later, I'm monetized. I've been able to build a good community here on YouTube, and I've also had my fair share of viral videos and videos that have flopped. And so I can say that I've learned a thing or two about what it takes to create and grow a successful YouTube channel from zero. And so let's just get right into this video. When starting a YouTube channel, there are a lot of things to consider, but the most important thing is to get clear on what your channel's purpose and goal is going to be. This is otherwise popularly referred to as a niche, which is essentially the subject area or focus that you want your channel to have. Usually it's better to have both. You want to be able to have interest in what it is that you're going to be talking about on your YouTube channel, and you want to have expertise in that area. That way, whatever you're presenting to your audience is coming from a place where you have knowledge about that thing or you have experience on that thing. So think of it almost as a theme for a TV show, but on YouTube. This will be very helpful for your audience as well, because it'll help them determine exactly what it is that your channel is about, and it'll help you to push your videos out to the right group of people, because obviously if you're trying to grow your channel, you want to attract the type of audience that is interested and that will watch your content. So for example, my niche is fashion, beauty, and lifestyle. While these can be niches on their own individually, I just kind of group them together because they give me the opportunity to make a lot more content, and then I have experience, knowledge, and interest in all of these different areas. Together, these different categories can help me reach a wider audience of people and also give me the opportunity to express myself and create different types of videos. In order to create a successful YouTube channel, you need to pick a niche that isn't too restrictive, because you want to be able to create different types of videos and provide your audience with different types of content. You don't want to limit your content variety and stunt your growth potential by picking a niche that is too restrictive. For example, a niche of fashion and style tips is much better than a niche of red high heel reviews. The first one allows you to create different types of content within the fashion and style category. Meanwhile, with the second one, you're kind of just stuck doing reviews on red high heels. You know what I mean? A narrow niche will only appeal to a small group of people and will make it hard for you to come up with different types of video ideas. However, a wider niche or a niche that is too broad will kind of make it hard for you to stand out in that niche, because it's hard to stand out in a crowded field. You want to have a balance of a niche that gives you just the right amount of space and isn't too restrictive, where you'll be able to grow and allow your videos to be discovered by other people who are also within that niche. Now that you've decided what your niche is going to be, what you're going to focus your channel on, it's time to actually create the channel, which is the #1 fun part. It's time to set up your channel banner, your profile picture, and your description. Even though these aren't as important in the grand scheme of things, it's still an important step to take when you're creating your channel, because these are all things that people look at when they first come on your channel before they even ever click any of your videos. And so it's important to fully detail out what your channel is going to be about, who you are. So putting up a profile picture, and then also just creating a banner. I look at those things personally. I look at those things on other people's channels. And so I'm just telling you from experience, it gives people an idea of what they can expect from you as a creator as well. So it's good to kind of have these things set up before you even create your video, because we always want to make a good first impression. I would also recommend to write out your niche in your banner as well, so that when people first come on your page, they can kind of see exactly what you're about, whether you're doing vlogs, self-care, hygiene, fashion, beauty, lifestyle like me. I have these things set up on my channel as well. So when you first click on my channel, that's what you're gonna see. These are all little things that are important in this step to set you up for success in the long run. Now you've created your channel and it's time to create your first video. I recommend this strategy if you're just starting out your channel, or if you're still considered a small YouTuber, because the whole point is to get people to discover your channel. It's time to research videos that perform well within your niche. Being a YouTuber also means that you're a student at YouTube University, and so you have to be willing to take the time to study and learn from others who you aspire to be like. So starting out, I highly recommend making searchable videos, because these are going to put your name out there. Because again, the whole point is for you to be discovered. So videos such as how-to videos, trending videos, but the catch is they all have to be within your niche. Nothing sucks more than going viral for a video and people go onto your channel, subscribe, and see that you don't have any other videos that they want to watch, and so they unsubscribe. Now you've lost a subscriber. Whatever you post, you always want to make sure that any video that you're putting out there is within your niche, because if you go viral, you want that virality to spread to your other videos and to garner more views and more supporters. YouTube is owned by Google, which is the largest search engine in the world, and so people are constantly looking for how to do things, and so the hope is always that you show up in one of those searches and that view is later on converted into a subscriber. I can personally attest to this because a good amount of my videos were discovered through Google, through random websites, and WhatsApp. So trust me, your videos can reach far places if you're setting them up perfectly to do so. I personally made this mistake when I was starting out, and so I don't suggest at all making personal videos such as vlogs or anything that pertain to who you are personally, because the audience for that type of content on your channel just doesn't exist yet. Why would a random person click on your day in the life video where you're shopping, going out for lunch, and going bowling with friends? Why would they be interested in that type of content where they know nothing about you? As I explained before, the whole goal is to be discovered. In these early stages of your channel, you want to hit the algorithm with searchable content so people can discover your channel and later on fall in love with your personality and who you are and stick around for that. Doing searchable videos, tailoring that to your experience and mixing it with your personality is the secret formula when you're trying to grow your channel. I'm personally of the belief system that it's quality over quantity when it comes to producing a video, but when I say quality, I mean this in two ways. The first way is more technical and focused on the video itself. You want your videos to be clear with good lighting and audio, or else nothing else matters. You can forget about it if you don't have those three things, okay? You can just forget about it. Because in 2023, it seems like everybody has a camera that they're vlogging on. They're coming with their A game. They have it down pat with the quality. And so when you're coming, you gotta come with it. You just gotta go big or go home. However, this does not mean that you need to buy a $1,000 camera. It does not mean that you need a Rode mic, and it doesn't mean that you need studio lighting. I'm a bit anal when it comes to my content personally, so I do have these things, but the sun is free, and chances are you have a phone which has a really good camera and a really good audio quality, so you can use your phone when you're starting out and just use natural lighting. The second way focuses on the quality of your content. The first 30 seconds, please, I'm gonna get closer because this is important information. The first 30 seconds of your video is the most important part of your video, because this is where the viewer decides whether they want to continue watching your video or not. This is also important to YouTube and to your channel growth. YouTube wants to keep people on their platform, and they want to keep people watching. And so the longer someone stays on your video, the more YouTube promotes that video to other people, because they see that, like, people are watching this video, they're staying on it, and so let's push this video out to other people, because chances are we're gonna get more people to stay on this platform. The more YouTube recommends your videos, the higher your chances are for virality, which means the higher your chances are for growth. Remember this, your audience already exists. You just need to find them. For this reason, it's important to create valuable and engaging content. At this stage, it's less about you and more about the viewer. You need to put yourself in the viewer's shoes and think like the viewer. There are a lot of editing tools out there. Some of them are free, some not so much. Currently, I use Final Cut Pro, but I've also used iMovie. Final Cut Pro gives me the ability to do more with my editing, while iMovie does not. But iMovie is free and Final Cut Pro is not. It's $300 after the 90-day free trial. There are other free options as well, such as CapCut, Filmora, and other editing softwares that I'm not even aware of. The bottom line is really just that when you're starting out, you're also learning all these things for the first time. So you don't need to be using something like Adobe Premiere when you're starting out anyway, because you need to learn the basics of editing. Once you learn all the editing basics, you can upgrade later if you choose to. The next thing you want to do is tap into creative editing to keep your audience engaged, such as using sound effects, transitions, video effects, music, pop-ups, a bunch of different things, so that people aren't just watching you talk. In 2023, the average attention span of a human is 8.25 seconds, which is shorter than a goldfish's attention span, thanks to TikTok. And yes, girl, I did my research. And so when you're competing against short form content with your long form content, you really have to be creative. Here is where it matters the most. Remember, I said that YouTube is a search engine and you want your videos to be picked up by it. And so how do you do this? By optimizing your videos. You do this by using compelling titles, descriptions, and tags. Personally, I use TubeBuddy and vidIQ to optimize my videos. I never skip this step. If I didn't do this, half of my videos, if not all of them, would probably never be discovered or picked up by the algorithm. TubeBuddy and vidIQ help me find the best titles and tags for my videos. Sometimes I have titles for my videos, I put it in and vidIQ tells me that's not good, maybe do it this way, maybe include these words in your title instead of these. TubeBuddy helps with suggesting tags, which helps YouTube know exactly who to push this video out to. Tags are ways to further specify the category of your video and the type of content that your video is. TubeBuddy is no longer free, but it is affordable. I think it's like $3 monthly. vidIQ has a free version that you can use, but if you want access to more features and stuff like that, then you would need to pay more for it. What I love most about vidIQ is that it scores how searchable your video is. The higher your score, the more searchable your video is, and so this is just a good indication of whether or not this is a type of video that people are going to be able to find easily. This has literally saved my videos. But it doesn't just end at your titles, tags, and descriptions. You also need to be speaking these keywords throughout your video. The algorithm is always listening. You want to use your thumbnails to strategically and effectively increase your click-through rates. Click-through rate is the percentage of people who click on your video after seeing the thumbnail. So you want your click-through rate to be high. Here are some tips for creating good thumbnails. Make sure that your thumbnails are clear, are good quality, and can be easily seen. Your thumbnails are your video's first impression, and you always want to make a good first impression. Make sure that your thumbnail visibly represents what someone can expect to see from your videos, both using text and images. You want your thumbnails to be interesting and aesthetically pleasing, because let's be real, in 2023, especially in this era, aesthetically pleasing things are trending, and so you want to also use thumbnails that are trending, that have that aesthetically pleasing look, because that's what people are clicking on and that's what the people want. So we have to give the people what the people want. Your thumbnail colors should be cohesive, and any text that you choose to put on your thumbnail should be easily legible. A rule of thumb for me, and this is kind of like a side tip, is to always include a picture of myself in my thumbnail, because you want people to kind of know who they're about to be watching if they click on this video, who they can expect to see. Aren't you more likely to click on a video when the creator is in it? Exactly, you just proved my point. I use Canva to edit all my thumbnails. Canva is free, it's also pretty easy and straightforward to use, and so Canva. Now we're in the second part of the video where you've started your channel, but what happens next? I was hoping you'd ask. Creating a successful YouTube channel is not a one-time thing. Successful channels are built gradually over time. If you take a look at any of your favorite creators' channels, you'll see that they have multitudes of videos and have probably been creating content for years now, if not decades. And so here are some tips for success and longevity. One of the most important things you want to do at this point is to engage with your audience. There are multiple ways to do this. Personally, one way I do this is to respond to comments as soon as I can. Your subscribers are actual people, and if they've taken time out of their day to watch your video, stick around and comment on it, the least you can do is respond back to them as soon as you can. The other way that I like to do this is to post on my community tab. I'm really happy about YouTube's community tab because it's another way and space for you and your audience to get to know each other, to talk to your audience, whether you're telling them that you've posted a new video or you're telling them that you wouldn't be posting today. You know, just keeping your audience updated on what they can expect from you in the future, what's kind of going on. You want to cultivate and you want to build that relationship with your audience. You're at this point where you've built your channel, but you want to maintain the audience that you already have. There's a difference between having just a subscriber base and having a loyal subscriber base. There is nothing like having a ton of subscribers and the views aren't matching up. I've seen it myself. It's very embarrassing, but it happens. Every creator is not able to build that type of subscriber base where these subscribers are basically their friends. You want the audience that you already have to keep returning. But here are some tips for building a loyal subscriber base. You want to have a consistent uploading schedule. Consistency will build trust and keep your audience engaged. Think about it in terms of your favorite TV show. Imagine that this TV show just posts a new episode whenever they feel like it. Maybe this week they'll post one, 2 years later they'll post another one. You just don't know with them. How are you gonna feel about that show? Are you gonna stick around and continue watching, or are you just going to stop tuning into it? When you think about it like that, sticking to a consistent uploading schedule builds trust, and you want to build that trust with your community because this is going to be one of the foundations for having a loyal subscriber base. Many people don't talk about this when it comes to being consistent, but you need to have ways for dealing with burnout and for staying motivated. The content is only as good as the creator. You need to create content that is well produced, is informative, entertaining, and visually appealing. Quality content is content that keeps viewers coming back. The next thing you want to do is offer value. Otherwise, what are you on this platform for? People need to have a reason for why they're sticking around your channel, whether it's educational, entertaining, or inspirational. Always ensure that your content is meaningful. Be yourself on the camera. If you're not, everybody is going to notice. If you're trying to copy somebody else's personality, it's going to be evident. People are going to call you out, and you don't want to be in a situation where you're being publicly humiliated for impersonating somebody else. Authenticity resonates with people. Viewers are more likely to connect with a genuine and relatable YouTuber. Why create a whole YouTube channel, go through all of this trouble? Because it's not like it's easy just to be somebody else. The more you present and show up as who you really are, not only will your audience love your content, but they will begin to love you for who you are. Be yourself, because everyone else is already taken. I'm changing the angle here a little bit because I was just getting bored. I was just sitting right there and my neck was starting to hurt. Hopefully this still works and you can see me clearly, you can hear me and everything as well. Let's get right back into it. Now that you have grown a good amount on YouTube, you now have analytics that you can use in your YouTube video to analyze your performance and to keep track of everything and understand what your audience is thinking, how your audience is feeling about the different types of content that you're making, and just overall getting a general idea of what you can do better, what you can do more of, and maybe even what you can stop doing. When I first started my YouTube channel, I didn't always have analytics because I didn't have enough subscribers and enough activity on my channel where YouTube was able to generate the analytics that I needed. But if you have analytics, then the next thing you need to do is use YouTube analytics to gain insight into your channel's performance. You want to do this because YouTube analytics allow you to be able to gauge how your audience is responding to your videos, what types of thumbnails have higher click-through rates, and even what other content and content creators your audience is watching. Knowing this information will really help you figure out what more you can do to grow your channel. It literally tells you everything you need to know about your channel, about your audience. It allows you to do research to figure out what your audience is searching for, which is important because we said to make searchable content. And so if YouTube is telling you, okay, this is what your audience is searching for, that's giving you video ideas right then and there that you can create and further appeal to your audience. Maybe check out your other competitors' YouTube channels and see what they have going on that's doing well for them. Just draw more inspiration into what other types of videos your audience likes to see. That way you're able to provide your audience the kind of content that they want to see. At this point, it's completely no longer about you and very much about your audience. If you have an audience that you're constantly losing, then you have no audience at all. I'm constantly studying my analytics. I spend so much time on there, probably more than I should, but it helps set my channel up for success. And that's the same thing that I want for you. You want to understand copyright issues and avoid getting copyright strikes. Do not use copyrighted music because first of all, if you are monetized, that video will be demonetized, and so you will not be able to make money off of that video anymore. And also, the more copyright strikes you get on your channel, the higher your chances are of your channel just being taken down, period. That will obviously stunt your growth and you would need to start all over again. So you don't want that to happen at all. Avoid violating any of YouTube's terms. YouTube has gotten more strict now as well, where you can't even use foul language, and so you really need to be careful about the types of content that you're making, what you're showing. You cannot show explicit content either. All these things to keep your channel in good standing and to keep YouTube recommending your videos. When it comes to music, I obviously like to use copyright-free music. I use platforms such as SoundCloud, Automatic, and even YouTube itself. The YouTube audio library provides you with music that you can use that is copyright free. And then even on YouTube, when you go in and you type copyright free music, you're able to find music. But the tip that I always suggest when it comes to this is to always upload the song or sound in YouTube first, as if you were going to upload it on your channel, and see whether YouTube finds a copyright within that song before you go ahead and put it in your video. Trust me, that'll save you a lot of time and a lot of effort. The other thing is to safeguard your content from unauthorized use. This situation kind of happened to me a couple months ago where I found out that another person pretty much took my video and uploaded it as if they were their own, and they didn't give me credit. They were doing this to other creators as well. I had YouTube remove the video from her channel, but things like that happen, and so you have to also be careful and be on the watch for situations like that, because there are people in this world who will steal your content and not give you credit for it. I just want to quickly touch on comparison. Comparison is something that happens to all of us, but when you do compare, always make sure that you're learning, maybe trying to learn what you can do better, what they're doing that you can incorporate, how they edit, their style of video, rather than just comparing people's numbers and analytics to yours. If you must compare, just make sure that you're doing it in a way that is uplifting and that is encouraging to you. Otherwise, don't compare at all. YouTube is a long game. It's not a place where you're gonna get instant gratification. This is extremely delayed gratification. Sometimes you get lucky and your video goes viral, but oftentimes you're just continuing to grind. That's something that I'm telling you now because you need to expect and to mentally prepare yourself to experience slow growth. The other thing is that you need to get over your fear of success because it's holding you back. There are some people who want success, but they're low-key afraid to be successful. As long as you continue to be afraid of success and you continue to have that fear, it's going to continue to hold you back. You wouldn't be able to perform or produce at your best. Releasing that fear of success will be one of the greatest things that you can do for yourself. Speak success over yourself. Manifest that over your channel. Believe that you have exactly what it takes to be successful. So that brings us to the end of the video. Good luck on your journey. You can do this. I believe in you. All you need to do is believe in yourself and to get started. You can watch all the YouTube tips and tricks, but they wouldn't be of any use to you if you just don't start. I'm wishing you all the best. I'm rooting for you. Ask me any questions that you have about anything that I said in this video down below, and I will make sure to get back to you. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.
She in love and she been over once. It's not like I known her for months. This life it allowed me to take what I want. It's not like I know what I want. It's not like I know what I need. I get some